What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to Comic Book Nerd Nation, episode number 105. I'm Fox2. We got Topher.
Like none of my shit works. Like now I'm trying to get my fucking tablet on my wireless and it won't fucking work either. Like
Nice.
this is the day I'm having.
And the whole effing Brian.
I'm not going to bother repeating him because that's too long of a
It's
sentence.
too much.
Because Pirate's
Exactly.
not here.
There's too much there. Yeah, Pirate's not with us. I'm assuming because he's probably hungover because yesterday was his birthday.
Pirate's no longer with us.
Yeah.
So, but today is, Topher was reminding us that today is actually our 2-year anniversary. So,
How does that work?
How about them apples?
How does that work?
What kind of
Well,
apples?
It works the fact that we've been doing the podcast every week for 2 full years now, and this would be the first week of the 3rd year.
Well, on that note, I just burped up some sesame chicken.
This would be season 3
That sounds
of Comic
pretty
Book
good.
Nerd Nation, if you will.
That's pretty good.
I want some sesame chicken now. That sounds really good. I'm kind of hungry.
Sesame chicken. I haven't had sesame chicken in a long time.
I was out so late shopping after like Thanksgiving night. We went out like after midnight and did some shit, and I'd eaten so much on Thanksgiving.
Did you see any
That-
fights?
No, no, we didn't. We weren't out nearly early enough to see any of the doorbuster fight bullshit. But so then yesterday I was still so like fucking full from Thanksgiving that I ate like, one little thing, and so now I'm hungry again.
Brian is coughing up a lung.
I can't. I have to go all the way up to my mic settings and mute it. I can't mute it on my head.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, sir.
For
If only there was a
everyone's
little mute
eardrums.
button like right here.
Yeah, but it's all the way up there.
All the way up there.
Yeah, so I'm doing a second Thanksgiving today with the other side of my family. So prepare to gorge yet again.
Yeah, I'll have
Gorging
one
initiated.
tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend is rough, man. It really is.
God,
It really is. Like, it's
God,
hard to get anything done because you're just like,
terrible because you have like 4 days off work and there's
Well, I
just
mean,
so much food and
from that aspect, no. But I mean, you
people
can't
in
get
like
anything
third world
done.
countries don't know how good they've got it. They don't have to deal with all this like
Yeah.
time spent relaxing and eating so much more food than you can even fathom and oh, it's just the worst.
Way to go, total social justice warrior on us.
Yeah. Would it be
Jesus.
PC?
Wow. Topher, our very own social justice warrior. All right, so I guess we should just jump right in now that we've bullshitted for 3 minutes about nothing at all. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody, both of you guys and everybody that's listening, by the way.
We're like happy bloated Thanksgiving.
You'll have that. You will have
Happy
that.
Fartsgiving.
Oh, God. Did
It
either
always
of you
comes
guys-
back to the colon with
Did
with
either
Brian.
of you guys get a chance to read anything this week?
Yes, I have.
I unfortunately did not.
I even had a wedding on Wednesday and I still read. You guys have no excuses.
I've had some stuff going on, and then I also am getting ready to go on vacation, so I've had a lot of extracurricular stuff going on that I just didn't have a chance to read anything. I am working on reading a book that I mentioned last week that I don't want to talk about just yet because I want to give you guys a chance to all read it so we can all talk about it at the same time. Try and have the writer and artist on the show to promote the book because it's not going to be released until next March or April.
I thought maybe it was because you needed like several weeks to figure out how to talk about something without spoiling it.
No. Well, I mean,
Can't do that.
That-
Let's be
Because
honest.
even once we read it, the viewers won't have.
So-
Maybe you should work on that.
let's start with Topher. Did you get a chance to read anything this week? Or-
Oh, I get it. I call him out, so now he's calling me out. No, I didn't
not
read
really.
shit.
That's all right. It's hard, man, when it's like Thanksgiving, like leading up to the holiday. Anybody with a job understands, like, even though it's a 4-day weekend, like, for some reason you still have to do all 5 days worth of shit.
Yeah.
So, like, you just basically have 3 days to get 5 days worth of work done. So
And-
you end up with very, very little time to do anything else, and when you do get home, you're exhausted. So I get
Yeah,
it.
so I didn't really read shit. That's not true. I didn't read any comic books. I picked up a Star Wars novel and started reading that last
Which
night. Got
which
like five
novel?
chapters in.
Which one is it?
It's an older one, well, one from about 10 years ago. The first one of the Darth Bane trilogy. Um,
Oh man, all three of those books are fucking amazing.
Well, my I got my brother into reading some of them because I had started reading some of the stuff after Return of the Jedi a long time ago, like the Thrawn trilogy, Heir of the Empire, and all the X-wing books, and those were fucking
Heir of
awesome.
the Empire. Was that the red book? Was that the one with the red cover?
The one with the red,
Fuck.
it depends
That's
which
the
printing.
Ah,
uh,
well, I guess
uh,
yeah, I guess they
I
could have
started
changed the colors.
I actually just started reading the first book of the Thrawn trilogy
Oh,
again.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Heir to the Empire. That's the one with Grand Admiral Thrawn Fox.
I think that's
Yeah.
I have read that one. That is not the one that I'm thinking of
It's
though.
by Timothy Zahn. That one was kind of like it came out like 1990, 1991, somewhere around there. I want to say um, and it was like it was the thing that like opened up the floodgates for like all this other Star Wars, like the like
Dark Force Rising is the
rebirth
one
of
I'm
Star
thinking
Wars.
of.
Oh, okay.
It was 1992, so it was
Yeah,
probably the
Is that the
next one.
that's the
second?
second
Yeah, it's the
one.
second
That's the
one.
second one in the
Yeah,
trilogy.
yeah, that one was one of
Um,
my favorite. That one and then the Last Command, which was the
yeah.
follow up, the third one.
Those were, I mean, they were, it was a really good trilogy. Like, there had been a couple like spin-off novels and stuff like, in the years before that, but like it wasn't until that trilogy that all of a sudden, like all these Star Wars books kind of started coming out and the expanded
Everywhere.
universe was a thing. And, like Timothy Zahn invented so much stuff, like the idea of Coruscant, the planet that, it's like the capital of the Empire and everything. Like that was never mentioned in the original trilogy, but everybody kind of takes it for granted that it's a thing. It wasn't until Timothy Zahn made it a thing. So there's all kinds of stuff like that in there that's just really good. But
So some of the stuff that was from the expanded universe did actually make it into
oh
canon.
yeah, like a lot of stuff in the prequels,
Was from the
was just lore from that had been in so many books and so many video games and random stuff, that was part of the expanded Star Wars universe that like it was as common knowledge as shit from the movies, and you don't really think about the fact that that's not in the movies, and it's like, oh shit, I guess it's not. When you think about it, you realize that, but
here's a bit
until
of a mind fuck for you. Heir to the Empire, the book that you're talking about, will be 25 years old next year.
Yeah.
yeah, I bought the
What the fuck?
I bought the 20th anniversary annotated edition several years ago when it came out. That was actually the first time I had read it, but it was really cool because it had like notes from Timothy Zahn in the margins about
Oh,
like
that's cool.
about all kinds of stuff, like how he created this character and what they were thinking when it was really cool to see some of the thought process behind some of it, because there literally wasn't anything but the movies to go off of when
Yeah.
the original trilogy when he wrote that. Now there's so much Star Wars stuff that like
It's
the
overwhelming.
Clone Wars cartoon and all the comics and the books, and like there's just so much stuff to work with, video games and all that. It's hard to find something to write about or talk about that hasn't been covered at this point. But I mean, he was kind of like the pioneer of the Star Wars expanded universe. That was cool. And this book that I'm reading has absolutely nothing to do with any of that. But I got my
They'll have
brother into
that.
reading some of these, but he doesn't have a lot of time to read, but he drives a lot, so he listens to like the audiobook versions. And he was like, this apparently was one of the only audiobooks that he could find that was unabridged. So he was listening to this series.
What
And he
is
was
okay? What does unabridged mean when you're talking about? I know I'm probably like that's probably a stupid question, but when you're talking about like an audiobook, what does unabridged mean?
Unabridged means it's not shortened. Like the abridged versions, like they
Okay.
don't read the whole. Like
So
they skip sections of it. Like they try and
really,
shorten it. It's like edited for like this movie's
hmm.
been edited to fit in the time
Yeah,
slot kind of thing. Like that because listening, like recording that much, somebody speaking and reading the entire book out loud takes a
could
long ass time,
can take
and so a lot of
7-10
audiobooks.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, they make a lot of audiobooks abridged and they cut shit out of it.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, fuck that. He's like, I want to read the whole damn thing. He's like, I'm not trying to get like, the Cliff Notes version. He's like, I just would rather listen to it in the car while I'm driving back and forth all the damn time than have time to sit down and read it.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so he was looking around for ones that were unabridged, and he did the Thrawn trilogy, but now he's doing the Darth Bane trilogy, and he's like, these are really good. He's like, you should read them because I want to talk about them. So now I'm reading them. So
Nice.
um,
Man,
but I
that's
did go around and do a bunch of Black Friday shit and like get. I got this
Kylo
like
Ren
giant fucking Darth Revan
or
like
Darth Ren, yeah.
plushie.
That's not Revan. That's Kylo.
Yeah, that's
Or
Kylo
Revan.
Ren. Yeah, it was.
Third. I meant Kylo Ren. Whatever, you know what I meant. And check out this like giant fucking DVD.
BB-8, yes. Oh
These
shit, Brian's.
These are supposed to be like
Brian's-
these are like $50 retail,
They're
and they
50
were
bucks.
$50, and they were on sale for 15.
Damn, we got we went out on the day after Thanksgiving. We weren't really planning on doing it. We were just like, well, I guess we could just go to Walmart real quick and see if they have anything left because it was like 10 o'clock
Right.
or maybe even later than that. I can't remember. But their big, like one of their big movie sales was Jurassic World. The DVD was on sale
lot
for
of
like
places had
$7, and
A
then
lot of places had the Blu-ray for 10.
the Blu-ray was 10. And we got there, and obviously it was all gone. And
Really?
yeah,
I went to Best Buy last night, and they still had half a rack of them.
really, yeah, they
$10.
were all gone. All the $10 ones were gone, and they had like one left for $20 of the Blu-ray. And so I was like, well, fuck it. Yeah, I'll get it. Well, we were walking through the store. Somebody had thrown a DVD copy just on top of some other stuff in like all the savagery that Black Friday is. And so we got like the last copy of the DVD for $7. And then I picked up a Blu-ray of The
Seems like a
Hobbit
terrible deal.
for like $6.
Like
I mean,
I
it
went.
seems like a terrible deal. $7
I mean, like
for...
like late at night on Black Friday, like after their doors had been open for like over 24 hours with sales, Best Buy and Target yesterday still had like half a display of the Jurassic World Blu-ray for $9.99.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Did you like the movie? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it in theater. I loved it. I thought it was.
I mean,
really
I
good.
thought it was good, but I didn't like. I'm not dying to go back and watch it again either. Like,
I mean,
it was
yeah,
alright.
but
It was good. It wasn't great. I didn't.
I wouldn't spend $7 for the DVD if I can get the Blu-ray for 10.
Well, yeah. I mean, granted, but if the Blu-ray was there for 10, I would have done it. But I just didn't. Honestly, just didn't feel like fucking driving all over goddamn town. Like,
Yeah, I didn't buy it because, yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it, but a lot of what I enjoyed about it was kind of the nostalgic aspect of like all
yes,
the callbacks they were making to the original,
exactly.
and like you can only get excited about that so many times
Like
before
when the kids
I can't-
walk into that room with the Jeeps and like all the yellow
Yeah.
shit. Like,
yeah, I can't imagine that the smiles I had watching that and getting nostalgia
you're
for
not
the
gonna have
original
it
one.
again.
I'm not gonna have that when I watch it for like the 8th time. So I was
No.
like, nah, I don't really need to buy this.
And that's kind of where I'm at. Like with it, it's kind of one of those where, for $7, all right, it's nice to have on the shelf. That like in a year or 2 years, when I want to go watch it, I've got it there, and then it'll have that nostalgic feeling in and of itself, plus the
Probably
nostalgia from the original one. So it's one of those where like it's not like the Avengers or something like that where I can like, I don't know what to watch. Fuck it, I'll throw Avengers on. It's not one of those. Or Guardians of the Galaxy is another big one. If I can't decide what to watch, I'll just put Guardians of the Galaxy in. Tron,
Speaking of
the new
Avengers,
Tron, I'm the same way with that.
Speaking of Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, do you know that those are actually adaptations of comic books? Anybody read any comic books?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Brian.
did.
That nice segue.
Ah.
I had a wedding and a bachelor party, and I still read.
Yeah, you're the best. Whatever. Fuck off. Just tell us what you read.
So this week
Thanks for
I
handling
read
that for me.
I read both Vader Down #1, which led the start of
I still
event
haven't
in
even
the Star
bought
Wars
that.
books, and Vader 13, number
Vader,
13, which
Vader down
was
for what?
down for what? David
Uh,
down for what?
I challenge
And
I
that
challenge
what's
our
funny.
viewers to make a parody video that of the song "Turn Down for What"
that
with
might be a
with
horrible
with
idea.
with Vader. Vader down for what?
Yes.
And we will absolutely 100% feature it on the podcast if you just simply link the video in the comments section below. 100% I will guarantee we will do an entire segment about the parody if you will just do it.
And if you could get Brian in there going over singing
Yeah.
over top of it,
That'd be even better. Bonus
grand.
points.
Except it would sound terrible because I'm not even sure what the hell that was.
Yeah, that's all
It
right.
was, yeah. But I read both of those issues, which are the first two parts of Vader Down, and they are absolutely amazing. These Star Wars books are fucking just get better at every issue.
I need to catch up. I'm still a little behind on both of those.
Dude,
I
the
haven't
first,
started them yet. Every time I hear you guys talk about them, I'm like,
dude, they're
fuck.
amazing.
That's
They
one.
are,
That's like the one thing that I'm really interested in starting that I have not been reading. Like I haven't had a lot of time. I would like to go back and read like some Justice League, and maybe there's a couple Batman titles that I'd like to get caught back up on. I'm a couple, maybe one or two issues behind on, but the Star Wars. I'm almost starting to feel a little overwhelmed. But there's so like you guys are telling me that all of it's good. There's probably fucking 50 comics out now.
No,
There's-
Between all the titles.
I only read the Vader and Star Wars titles.
yeah, there's two ongoing series, Star Wars and Darth Vader. There's a couple other side series that were 5-issue limited series.
Yeah,
there was a
like
Princess
a
Leia. There was a Princess
Chewbacca
Leia
one, right?
5-issue series. There was a Lando 5-issue series, and they are in the middle of the Chewbacca one. I think we're on issue 4 at this point. And then there was also another 4-issue miniseries that was Shattered Empire. That's supposed to be the lead up to Force Awakens, the new movie.
Yeah.
That was
So yeah,
good.
so there have been a number of them, but it's not like super overwhelming. It's
Okay.
like
So
you know,
it's still
it's two-
approachable.
it's two ongoing titles, and then there's been like a stream of limited ones. So,
So
really,
the-
there's only ever like 3 books going at a time.
So the ongoing ones, do I need to read them like
I
one,
would
then
read
one,
those-
2, then 2, or do I just read one and then read the other?
So the timeline on the tell you what, I will get you a reading order for those.
Okay.
But because the at least the first, I've only read the first 6 issues of both, so I'm actually kind of behind. I'm the whole story arc behind. But the Star Wars title and the Darth Vader title are the only 2 ongoings, and they are very much both concurrent and playing off of each other, and especially like during the first arc. It's like 2 issues of Star Wars and then 1 issue of Darth Vader, and then like you kind of go back and forth a little bit. You wouldn't necessarily have to, stagger them perfectly, but they are running concurrently. So,
Have they done any trade paperbacks with like all of it just fucking jammed into a one book?
I don't know.
I don't know
Um,
if they've
I would
come
be-
out yet.
Man, I would be
I don't know if
interested
they've
in
come
that.
out.
I might wait till that happens because I might be interested in that, where I can just read the bitch straight through.
If they do, they probably will do a trade of Star Wars and a trade of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Or
I
they
don't know
charge like $70 each for them.
I don't know that they would put them both in one. It would make sense for them to put them both in one and like stagger the issues chronologically, but I don't know. I don't know that I've seen it. Actually, no. I think there was a trade. I think I did see a trade paperback of the Star Wars, the first like 6 issues of Star Wars. So maybe there is one. I don't know. But yeah, the other series, they don't even necessarily take like. I don't know that they're even part of the same. I mean, they're part of the same continuity, like but I don't think they take place at the same time as the Star Wars and Darth Vader books. Like those two are very much like intertwined. Like it's the same events happening in both of them, and like sometimes you'll see the same scene twice, in both books from different perspectives, which is kind of cool. Like so they're like a constant crossover. But like the Princess Leia one did not take place anywhere near that storyline. The Lando one was kind of a side story. I haven't started the Chewbacca one, so I don't know where it takes place. But really, you would just have to read the two main titles to really get the best stuff.
There definitely is a Darth Vader trade paperback. I can't tell if there's a Star Wars title trade paperback out yet. But
I mean, if there's a Darth Vader one, there should be a Star Wars one.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I saw it in the store. So.
Brian,
Shattered
sorry,
Empire's already out.
Totally hijacked your fucking shit.
I also read. I was hesitant to pick this up at first, but then I picked it up and read it.
Was it herpes?
Yes, all new Wolverine #1. It was pretty good. It has her as X-23 as the all new Wolverine, but there's a lot of parts in it where she's going back, and it's there's panels with her dealing with Wolverine, and Wolverine's talking to her, telling her, it's okay not to kill. They made us killing machines, but breaking through that and being your own person. And it was really good. I like it. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to continue with it. I'll pick up #2 and see how long I could go with it. But the first issue I liked.
Right on.
And also I read American Vampire Second Cycle, which is a Scott Snyder book, and I enjoy the shit out of every issue. I would suggest everybody just pick that up. Yes, it's a monthly. It's put out by Vertigo.
Okay.
And it's a all his side books always are like creature features. Like he had The Wake, which was like killer mermaids. This one's about vampires, but it's cool how they do it.
You have to check that out. You guys have been talking about that for a while. That's another one I would kind of like to try.
Yeah, How many issues were in the first one?
I don't know how many issues, but I think I have 7 volumes before I started picking up trades, and Second Cycle is up to issue. I think Second Cycle just ended because the end of this book says get ready for the third cycle.
How many trades do you have?
7.
Jesus.
I might have to have you mail some trades to me to read.
Second Cycle is up to issue number 11. Yeah, 7.
I'm going to have to get with you and see if you can mail some of them trades out here so I can read them bitches.
Because they're fucking incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with you about that after the podcast.
First cycle filled 7 trades, and the second one is only 11 issues.
No, I think first cycle is 6 trades, and
he's got some trades from the second issue, like one or 2 trades from the second issue.
Yeah. I think
okay.
What Topher, did you get a chance to read? You already read Hush. Did you get a chance to read Batman Earth 2 or Earth 1?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Oh my god, man! Just set aside 15 minutes and read it. It's
like Shia says,
fast.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just
hey,
do it.
Hey, Fox.
Yes.
Did you just set aside 15 minutes and read any of the shit you've been talking about reading this past week?
I did not, but
okay, so then fuck off.
I had some stuff that was going on that you would give me a pass for this. I don't want to talk about it on air, but you would give a pass for this.
Fair enough.
We'll leave it at that. But no, for real, you should. You could definitely read it in 20 minutes probably.
Oh, I'd fully plan on it. It's just one of those things like I didn't really have a whole lot of spare time.
Well, let's jump over and talk about something I'm sure 100% sure that all of us saw. Civil War trailer.
Oh.
What did you guys think?
It was fucking amazing. I might
Really?
ask. Yeah. I think it looks fucking awesome, especially the last part where Bucky and Cap are beating the shit out of Iron Man. That looked awesome.
All right, before we get Topher's opinion of it, I'm gonna play the opposite. I thought it was okay. Um, I know that it's not based strictly off the comic book story arc, but having been a person that read the comic book story arc, the way at least this trailer, I obviously have not seen the whole movie, but this trailer really left me feeling like, wow, they are not like this is not as expansive as, like, even remotely close to as expansive as they made it in the comic book. Like in the comic books, when it was Civil War, it was like every fucking hero and villain you could imagine, pretty much. Like every hero and every anti-hero that you could possibly imagine was on one side or the other, and they were mentioned or they were appeared in a scene. I realize they can't do that in the cinematic universe because that would be a little too much, but it was literally like not even all of them. I mean, it was just a couple. It was, I mean, you're looking at like 4 superheroes, 5 maybe in the fucking trailer. I don't know. It was just to me it felt lacking in depth of superheroes to make it a quote unquote civil war. It more felt like a fight over lunch money. That's just my take from the trailer. I'm definitely going to see the movie. I'll probably buy it. I'm sure it's going to be a good movie. But I didn't think the trailer did the story justice at all.
Well, it's a lower scale of the comic book to fit in the movie universe because you can't really.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
do
a
that
lower
with.
scale is like, I mean, that's like saying I'm gonna make a lower scale of the Great Pyramid and then fucking showing up with a grain of dust and saying like, look, it's the fucking pyramid. Like
They don't have
I don't know.
They don't have 70 years, 75 years of superhero stuff to build off of that the comics did. They have 10 years and a handful of heroes.
They could throw more in for sure. 100% they could throw more people in. They could have
That'd be too much.
They could have cameos from like fucking Daredevil. They could have cameos from. I mean, they could throw in the TV characters. There's all kinds of options.
That's what they're saving that for fucking 2018 when they do the Infinite Crisis.
We'll see. Topher, what do you think of it?
I didn't even like this movie. Like, when they did it in the comics, it was like all these comic books, and this movie was like a lot of movies are like 2 hours. This movie was like 2 or 3 minutes. Like, I just felt like they could have included a lot more minutes in this.
I'm judging it as a trailer, not as a movie. Fuck.
Oh,
no,
see,
I was just simply judging
how little they had in it based off of 2 minutes.
No, I was judging the trailer, not the movie. I even said that if you'd open your fucking ears. I said that I didn't think that the trailer was good. I haven't seen the movie yet. But the trailer itself, I felt, didn't portray that it was really a Civil War issue. Like a lot of people on one side versus a lot of people on the other side. It really felt more along the lines of like, I'm going to take your lunch money. Like 2 guys are just having a fight over anything. Pick an issue, a girl, money, anything.
It did seem to be focused a little bit on Captain America, like in his friends. I found that odd I mean, if you're going to call the movie The Avengers Civil War, then, you should have a ton more Avengers in it.
Right, and they didn't address where Hulk was.
Well, they're not going to address that in a trailer.
It's not Avengers Civil War, for starters. But
I know that was my point.
But they didn't address so many things. I feel like in the trailer that it I don't know. I mean,
didn't discuss where the other Avengers are in the Captain America movie.
Well, there's only 2 missing. There's Hulk, which they addressed at the end of the Avengers movie, and we know he's gonna.
How did they address that at the end of the Avengers movie? Did I miss
They don't know where the fuck he is. That's why they addressed it. But he's going to be in Ragnarok, and that's where Thor's going to be.
I don't think he's going to be in that. I'm pretty sure.
Ragnarok, yeah, they said he's going to be in it already.
I'm pretty sure that got pulled.
Here's the thing, like they want to avoid a situation where you've got, like the Hulk and Thor being the two most powerful members on the team, like beating the shit out of everybody else. Like it's hard to do that, to give everybody equal power and screen time and whatnot. Like, they wanted to have a more balanced fight here. So
I guess, but can you see like
Internet Movie Database has
Mark
Ruffalo on the cast list of
Can you honestly say that like Iron Man versus like Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, can you say that that's a even fight? Like
that's why she's on his side.
Well, okay. On the opposite end, then can you say that Captain America versus her is even like no? No fucking way. Like, sure, if you go across the board and pick one versus another, you can say, okay, Hulk would match up against Thor, Captain America would match up against Iron Man, Black Widow would match up against Hawkeye. But like, if you start mixing and matching any of that across the board, it's just a total shit show for somebody. Like somebody's totally outclassed for sure.
She has secret weapons.
No, you're right. I mean,
like the power level disparity that they've built, especially in the movies, is way, like, the disparity is crazy deep. It's not that bad in the I mean, it's still pretty big in the comics, but in the movies, it's like, fuck. Like,
I mean, the thing is, you've got so many fewer characters in the movies than you do in the comic books. So you can't necessarily make it feel the same scale, as just, hundreds of people on each side when they've only ever identified a dozen, superpowered characters in the movie universe so far. Like, I
mean, I guess I'm just saying that I hope that, like, in the movie, they at least have, like, a scene that has, like, a cameo, even if it's just unidentified, like, costumed characters on either side showing, like, that this hits a broader spectrum of superheroes, not just like 3 people on this side, 3 people on this side. We're just gonna have a little gang fight, and then that's gonna be that. Like, I just hope that even if they don't identify, it'd be really cool if they had like a crowd scene, and in the crowd, some of them were like, notable characters that you or I could pick out, like, oh, that's this person, or oh, that's that person. But even if it was just fucking shit that they made, costumes they fucking made up on the spot, whatever, just put your underwear on the outside and wear your belt around your head like your Quail Man.
Like, was that a Quail Man reference?
Anything, just to make it, give it that, like you said, that gravity of the fact that it's hitting a lot of people.
I would be very surprised if they did that.
Yeah,
I do not think they are going to introduce random unnamed superheroes.
I specifically said don't introduce them. Just sheerly have a fucking crowd with them in the background. That's it.
When I say introduce, I don't mean like, hi, this is so and so. Have you met Ted? Hi.
I'm Turkey Man.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you have to go through and like. I didn't mean introduce in that. I meant introduce as in bring into the movie. I don't think that they're going to.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to put new characters into a movie, like random unnamed things, even in just like, distant shots of some random unnamed person. Like, we're talking a much smaller scale in the movie. But I really hope
the thing in Winter Soldier, it like tracked around and it hit a bunch of names. When it was, in the ship,
but it was only like a few.
It was quite a few.
It's only one notable one.
I'm sure that
Strange.
I'm sure that they will play up the angle that this is bigger than just them.
I hope so.
But I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of. I don't think you're going to see any screen time of like large numbers of superpowered people. I don't think it's going to happen. Like they're going to have to give a little bit more weight to it in more of a political intrigue kind of way. Like I don't think it's going to be a giant army looking thing, or like of the big resistance movement, and like I don't think you're not going to see like the 50 states initiative and all that stuff. Like it's not going to be to that scale, so they're going to have to find a way to give it that gravity with a smaller number of characters.
You
But
also have to think these
I think
movies.
that they can do it.
These movies aren't for us. They're also for the larger audience at hand, which aren't like us and know these stories that where these movies are coming from. They're not going to know who that weird guy in that yellow outfit is or something like that. They're going to be like, "Oh, where are these guys coming from? I thought there was only like a handful of superheroes in this world." So adding these armies just for the sake of the movie and the storyline isn't going to make sense to them.
I agree. I think they're going to do it with a stand-in. Basically, there's going to be. I think that's what Spider-Man's role in this is going to be. It's going to be the emerging superhero, the ones that we haven't found yet. They're gonna. I mean, he's going to represent the scores,
masses.
the scores of like undiscovered superhumans and whatnot, people with powers that would be affected by this. Like they're not going to show a ton of them. They're going to use a representative and say that there will be more, and talk about it in a more theoretical way.
I mean, I guess that could be okay, as long as
it's
they're addressing it.
It's going to be more the ideology of the matter rather than showing all the people and saying I'm fighting for them. It's going to be fighting for the idea of them, and I think it's going to be more framed that way.
Okay.
But I think that they'll pull it off.
Another bit of news: Doctor Strange movie has officially started production. In looking up the cast, I just noticed. Did you guys realize there was a TV movie in 1978,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange?
He looks ridiculous.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Anyway, Benedict Cumberbatch, Rachel McAdams, some people that I can't pronounce their
Rachel
names.
McAdams is going to be in it.
She is. It does not list her character name, but how excited about this movie are you guys? I'm
excited to see how they do it.
I'm pretty excited about this movie because I think it opens a lot of opportunities for them to just cut fucking loose on the fucking visual effects.
Exactly. Like I'm excited for the sole reason that it's going to be a slightly different genre,
completely.
Like, and anybody who, I mean, I'm sure if we were saying that to a different audience, then we'd get a lot of eye rolls because it's like it's yet another superhero movie. He just does it with magic instead.
This is a lot closer to like horror, suspense kind of thing.
The flavor that they can do this movie with, I'm really anxious to see what they do.
For sure, I think this could be really cool. I think it's going to give them just the green light to fucking hit the gas pedal on the visual effects for sure. Just go fucking buck wild on it, Michael Bay style. And it makes sense though in this one, like not the explosions, but the visual effects. And
I'm using a magic explosions out of my hand.
I think it'll be. I'm definitely looking forward to this one for sure. Now, did you guys get to see the new Legends of Tomorrow trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Where they make reference to the Man of Steel and the Dark Knight.
It's fucking right. If they're not gonna ever show up, stop making reference to them. That's how I feel.
I agree. I don't know. I don't know. I could see eventually down the road, not now, not anytime soon, but in a couple years, once they've ran a handful of seasons on both shows, I could see them
putting them on there,
bringing them in. Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me how separate they have wanted to keep these universes, especially if they are planning on doing a Flash movie down the line, I don't know how you
Don't use the TV
how you
character.
keep Grant Gustin in the TV role unless they just like straight up kill him, or they bring in like Jay Garrick or Wally West or something.
Well, Jay Garrick's already in the.
Well, and that's why I meant like the actor, like they bring in him, but they're not going to do that. Like, so like if they use Wally West, or it would have to be somebody else. Like, I don't see how you do a movie with Barry Allen and not have the Barry Allen that everybody fucking knows now from the TV show. Like, I don't get it.
Maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they changed their mind and they do like.
I would hope so. That would be amazing.
I completely agree. I think that would
Stephen
help. I think that would
putting Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin in like the movie, in a Justice League movie, would be fucking run. Like, I want to see that as a fan. Like, that would be fucking amazing.
That's a no-brainer. I don't understand why that is. I get it that they want to kind of protect what they've got that's successful. Their cinematic stuff hasn't been that great. Let's be honest.
No.
It really hasn't. But their TV shit has been
awesome.
Off the charts successful.
I would think that it would almost get more people to go watch the movie if you put those characters in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but what does it do to the TV show afterwards? Does it help it? Does it hurt it?
The thing is, I think it helps it. Like, there's two sides here. I mean, there's the con would be if it the downside would be that if it exists in the realm of the movies, you have to play around major world changing events that happen in the movies. And now if you're in a world with Superman, then obviously it changes things and makes your plots seem on a smaller scale. Like look at some of the issues that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had for a while, playing second fiddle in a world where the Avengers existed. They could mention them, they could talk about them.
Like fifth fiddle when they first started it.
And again, I'll mention this again. This season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been fucking incredible. It's been really goddamn good.
We got a comment. Let me pull up the YouTube comment real quick. One of our fans that comments frequently on our videos mentioned something about what you were saying. Topher is 100% correct about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's talking about the Lash series. It has a killer twist, but it doesn't stop there. They raise the bar all around. For the full effect, you have to see a few of season 2 episodes. It builds up to now. Best comic shows to me are number 1, Flash for the heroes, Walking Dead for suspense, tied with 2. Walking Dead's tied for second with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then third, he says Gotham. It's iffy. And then fourth, he puts Arrow. He said fell off, too emotional, lovey and redundant. And then fifth is everything else. The Heroes, Supergirl, and iZombie.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to watching Gotham.
That's by the way, that's Davin Orvin. He's commented on quite a few of our videos. We appreciate the support. So thanks for the feedback.
And thanks for agreeing with me.
Yeah, there you go.
But it really has. It's been a lot better this season. Like, I don't know, it's just been really good. I won't get into that, but for a long time, especially the first half of season 1, it fell prey to having to exist in a world where there was all this cool shit and you can't use all the cool shit. And they were really struggling to find a way to tell an interesting story in a world where they didn't have access to all the toys, and I think they've done that now and they figured out how to do that, but it can be a challenge. It would be a challenge to keep Arrow, as good as it is, Flash as good as it is, if you've got a world where Superman exists and you have to tie it into, you have to work it around whatever major world-changing plots might be in the movies.
Yeah.
But I think it
could work.
The upside is they pretty much have to deal with a lot of that shit anyway. If they're going to mention the fact that, that Batman exists and mention the fact that Superman exists, like you're just teasing people at this point.
In the trailer, they, in all fairness, they mention the rise and fall of the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel in the future. They mention that.
Okay, yeah, because they're time traveling, so that could be something that hasn't happened yet or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of a gray area right now for sure.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of we gotta really. I think we have to wait and see kind of the direction they take Legends of Tomorrow after the first series.
So maybe this is. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe this is in the same universe as the movies, just earlier time frame.
And that could be neat too.
But I mean, Arrow already kind of suffers a little bit from that when the Flash started. You've got metahumans now. The Flash. Well, a lot of Arrow's problems can be solved by the Flash running around and stealing all the weapons from the entire League of Assassins.
Yeah.
So they still have to find a way to make Arrow's plots good with the fact that there are super powered people around. So I really don't know what it would hurt them to tie them together and to let them play off of each other a little bit, because look how much people start talking when
crossover,
the possibility of a Supergirl crossover, or they've mentioned in Supergirl that Superman exists in the Supergirl universe. If there's going to be a crossover there, then you can't get around the fact that Superman exists in the Arrow and Flash's universe. So, I mean, they're there. I use them.
Yeah, I get it. Apparently Brian is back. I didn't even realize he left, but he's finger fucking his microphone right now. That's pretty awesome.
My thing fell down.
My thing fell down.
There's
a pill for that.
The next bit of news, the little purple pill. The next bit of news, I don't think any of us are going to be surprised about. Fox has removed Fantastic Four sequel from their 2017 schedule.
Why'd you do that, Fox?
Shocked face.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Didn't they do that a while ago? Didn't they already?
No, it's just recently. Just this week, actually, I think they officially removed it. But I think since the movie released, I think there's been talks like they're not going to do a sequel.
I had heard a rumor at one point that they made a deal with Marvel and sold it back to them. Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't true, but yeah. Yeah.
The last bit of news that I have that we're going to cover this week, there's another new Star Wars trailer out. Do you think that there's too many of them? I mean, this is like 7 fucking trailers. I did too. I think they're overdoing it.
No, I don't.
I do.
They're not really. They're not.
I mean, they're not giving away any plot, but I mean,
they're not showing a whole lot. But yeah, like there's new there's
a new trailer every week.
Jimmy Kimmel had an episode with several of the cast members last week. That was actually kind of really cool. Having some of the new people on and talking a little bit about the movie. And they didn't really give anything away, but they did show like a clip from the movie. And while it was only like a 20-second clip or something, it was yet more footage that I hadn't seen before. And I'm kind of done. Like I don't want to see anything else. Like I want to
see so much already.
Watch the movie now. Like I don't think everything they've shown has been stuff that happens fairly early.
Yeah.
Well, it's fairly early in the movie. I'm gathering, but I don't like being able to piece together when this is in the movie, because I'm already spending too much time thinking about it. Like I just want to go and enjoy the damn movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if you give away too much, if you have too much footage that's released, even if it doesn't give away any major plot points and stuff, it detracts from the experience of seeing the movie and enjoying it for the first time.
I do, however, think that Disney is completely just knocking it out of the park right now with all the tie-ins, the merchandising, the commercials.
Oh, they're killing it.
the Verizon commercial with BB-8, downloading the plans and talking about how other networks slow your data, but we know that when data is your only hope, that speed matters, and Chewbacca trying to hold off the stormtroopers. Like it's
Oh,
like I love it.
They're killing it.
The kid the kid who builds the R2D2 droid and sends it, remote control, and sends it over to the girl's house and asks her to be his date for the movie with a ticket, like the HP commercial showing how he like develops this, the droid. Like they're all fucking phenomenal.
They're killing it, man.
It's and like I don't get tired of it. Like every time I see one of those commercials, like normally it's like, like when I hear one of my favorite songs that was licensed in a commercial, like the fucking Zeppelin song starts playing in a Cadillac commercial, I'm like, oh really, this drives me nuts. But like when Star Wars licenses shit out, like even if the shit I don't like, I'm like, it's a Star Wars commercial, I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I think we're all just kind of waiting, just biding our time, waiting, counting the days.
December 17th at 7:00. Oh,
7. Damn, I'm not seeing it till 7:30.
Well, that's it for this episode of Comic Book Nerd Nation. I'm Fox2. We got Topher.
I was hoping you'd do Brian first.
And the whole effing Brian.
yo. But